Let's roar, Wildcats! Let's get into it. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Lazy Brown Productions with your boy, D. Wesley. I'm going to go over Wildcats. Episode 6, Lives in the Balance. And again, this will be another Tubi adventure. So, this episode was pretty much it dove into Spartans, who was the leader, the field operation leader. It dives into Spartans' background a little bit. So we see the start of the series where this, what looks like a giant crate-like thing, that's the Caribbean crate, come crashing down into the earth. So Hellspawn sends off his goons to go get it. The Wildcats try to get to it first, and they start fighting over it. And apparently it's in Antarctica or some snowy, cold place, maybe Alaska. And while they're fighting for it, out pops this superhero called, actually not superhero, out pops Spartan's field commander, known as Majestic. Majestic, as we see, come out, and he's pretty much the powerhouse. He's the Superman. He's beaming, he's beating behind, he's going left, he's going right, he's just off the chain, and he causes an explosion that blows up the whole gas line. And so that's when they say, Majestic, we gotta go, let's do it. And Zealot and Spartan, they know who he is, but the rest of the Wildcats have no idea, even Jacob. So they get to Jacob's spot. Meanwhile, Hellspawn and the Dynamites, Hellspawn's lackeys, they grab the little crate and they come back to their hideout, and they're trying to open up the package. Meanwhile, on the opposite end, the heroes are trying to figure out, well, who is this guy? So Zealot and Spartan tell who Majestic is. He's a great warrior. He's their field commander. Jacob tries to shake his hand, and you kind of see that he looks down on him, not in the literal sense, because Jacob is kind of small, which I'm starting to like him, but you see that he kind of looks down on him in general, just for being there. Like, how dare this lesser life form try touching me? So we also find out that Spartan lost his memory during the crash, and he felt that it was always his fault thousands of years ago. We see Majestic go like, oh, good, you don't remember. No foreshadowing there, people. We see Hellspawn say, well, I need to open up this thing, and they can't do it unless they have a diamond. So they go off to get a diamond, and one lackey say, hey, Master Hellspawn, do you want us to keep this here? And that's when Hellspawn says, no, it has a stench of Caribbean. Go put it in our facility in Canada or something. So they go off to do that, and they go off to get a diamond. We see the Wildcats on the other end helping with the device that would stop the Dynamites to stop this war. And that's what Majestic said. The Dynamites are after what they called the orb, which we find out later on. I'm starting to see that the Camerons, they might be just a little haughty of themselves. Like, you can see they are very straightforward, but at the same time, though, they kind of look down on people. And with that in mind, they proceed to set up a plan of what to do. So Majestic has a plan of how to get rid of all the Dynamites for good. We don't know what that is, but we just know he has a way to get rid of them for good. Then we see that an alert goes off that the Dynamites are attempting to get a diamond, are trying to steal a diamond. And then we see that the item that they need to finish building the machine that will assist in stopping the Dynamites is off in another spot called Maine. So when they decide to split up, that's when Majestic tells the team, look, Zealot, you're with me, we're gonna go to make this place called Maine. Spartan and all take the rest of the team, and you go to stop Hellspawn. And Spartan tries to fight with him a little bit, and that's when you see the power dynamic of, I'm the lieutenant, or I'm the captain, you listen to me. He goes like, yes sir, I got it. So they go off and do their thing. So the team ends up fighting with Hellspawn's goons. While all this is going on, we see Jacob go, and he knows exactly where Damites had gone to store the facility. And I'm like, your storage facility is a place in Canada. It's highly guarded, but at the same time, I was like, well, that was a little too convenient. So Jacob comes in, and that's when the guards try to stop him, and he pretty much beats them up. Okay, let's be honest here. Like, and he gives them a bunch of money. It's like, hey, take this, flee the country, and this should be enough to where Hellspawn's not going to take revenge on him. And he finds what the Caribbean version of a crate is, and brings it back to the office. And we see Majestic and Zealot are at Maine, and you see Majestic really just doesn't care. And he starts blowing stuff up that gets in his way of getting to the item that he needs. And that's when Zealot tries to stop and say, hey, the way of the warrior tells us we don't involve innocence. I respect Zealot for having a code, because you could tell she doesn't mean to look down on people, because earlier when Voodoo asked the question of what is the orb, and Zealot sat here and said, well, it's beyond your comprehension. Honestly, I'm like, well, making my comprehension. I'm sitting here fighting my life. I wonder what the heck I'm fighting for. But anyway, so that's when the computer or the AI says she's actually right. It is a powerful item that has the ability to control a lot of things. So back to the main story. So we find out that Zealot tries to stop Majestic. Majestic blasts the fudge out of her, goes, grabs the things. We see Jacob forms a team on Spartan's side that, hey, listen, Zealot's down. You guys need to dip out. So they go back to where Zealot is, and they find that Majestic had took what he needed from either Maine or Maryland, one of the states, and he dips out. They had to stop a nuclear reaction, and luckily they stopped the nuclear reaction. Jacob then informs the cats that you need to stop Majestic at whatever the cost is. So we see that Majestic took his machine over to Mexico, like what Aztec ruins. We also see that Jacob figured out that he was able to get into the crate, aka the pod, is what they said in the show, the Caribbean one, and they found out pretty much his goal. And his goal is to wipe out the Damites and then rule the world, or the galaxy. And they have a name for that called Kabim. Or Khabib, I can't remember which one. So Wildcats come and they stumble upon Majestic just starting up his machine. It's like a whirlwind that's supposed to trigger Hellspawn and Damites to come to it. It would kill them all. And unfortunately, it's like a black hole, and it'll suck up anything that's in its path in that area. And the Wildcats, Spartan, comes up to him and said, listen, you need to shut it down because you're going to destroy millions. And his pretty much thing is, why do you care about feeble creatures like them? They're not even worth it. And so Majestic tells Spartan, you need to stand down, soldier. And pretty much Spartan tells him, not doing that this time. So then they get into a scuffle. In the middle of the scuffle, they pretty much explain, Majestic pretty much explains that it's his birthright to rule the universe. And we see that he's laying waste. He's taking names. Spartans put up a good fight, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, it feels like if you see it feels like a Cyclops versus Superman sort of dynamic a little bit. And we see now that the Damites have come. Hellspawn feels like it's a trap, so he brings 2 ships, and it looks like he brings a backup. And we see Majestic pretty much whooped the Wildcats. Wasn't even a contest. After he beats them, he tries to finish off the Damites. Luckily, the commander, Hellspawn, had a backup plan where he blasts Majestic into the whirlpool. After he blasts Majestic in the whirlpool, he goes like, huh. It felt really, really good. You could tell they really probably didn't like each other, and they probably knew each other from somewhere. After that, we then go to, of course, the thing's still in the sky. Luckily, they were able to blast the machine, stop everything. the machine that was doing pretty much the black hole sort of looking thing. Once they done that, they went back to the hideout and they see a video recording. Side note, Jacob figured out what was in the pod. He figured out the keyword. He used the void, which is the AI, to help figure out the word for it. And upon that, they see that pretty much this cube came out, which was a video recorder of what happened that day. And we see that Majestic had gave Spartan an order, and Spartan was hesitant about the order. And then that's when Majestic attacked Spartan from behind, causing the crash. And now Spartan feels better because he knows that it wasn't my fault that we crashed. And hey, but we also see in there is Spartan's a very honorable person, because Majestic just wanted to straight up murk the Daemonites. But Spartan sat there and said, listen, due to cold, blah, 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 we need to give him a chance to surrender. He goes like, no, we don't. So he tells Spartan to do it anyway. And that's when, like I said earlier, he attacks him from behind, knocks him out, and they ended up where they are. And now Spartan sits up here and gives his little quick whip, and the show ends. So I would say it was a good sit-down watch. I had nothing against it. I truly enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next episode. And yeah, good action, good pacing. Again, if you like action and you just want to see people punch stuff and, have a little extra little stuff, this episode was it. The show's getting better, a lot better than episode 1. But you see when they focus on more individuals, then I don't know how to explain it. The overall, if you can focus on individuals, the whole story, it's better. I haven't seen it where it was the whole team they focused on, it still was good, but you focus on the individual stories, great. But other than that, tell me what y'all think, and I will catch y'all later. Peace. Peace. I want the blind to go like into the sun. Anyway, peace.